Good morning. Welcome to yoga. My name's Evie, and on behalf of the York County YMCA, I'm here to bring you a yoga class. This morning, if you have a block or strap, go ahead and grab that. If you don't, a beach towel makes a great substitute. A large book or some other solid object makes a great block substitute. So go ahead and grab those things, and we'll meet up on our mats. Oh. Let's go ahead and get started in our child's pose. Take knees wide on the mat and let your hips sink down towards your heels. Big toes come to touch behind you. Forehead comes to rest on the mat, and just start to breathe here as you would normally, beginning to notice your breath. Also take awareness of your body and how you feel. Press into your palms and slide your hands up your mat while you press your hips back towards your feet. Take some deep breaths. And then walk your hands all the way over to one side of the mat. And take some deep breaths here as you lengthen the side of your body. Go ahead and switch to the other side. And come back to your child's pose. Take an inhale and an exhale through the nose, Ujjayi breath. And come up to your tabletop. Hands under shoulders and knees under hips. Ujjayi breath here, in through the nose and out through the nose. So if you're wondering what Ujjayi breath is simply inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose so that you can hear your breath at the back of your throat. We're going to practice Ujjayi breath a lot this practice, so just notice how that feels in your body. And if that's not for you this morning, just feel free to breathe normal. Let's finish up this final cat and cow and then move into downward facing dog. Curl your toes and lift your hips. Press back. Feel free to move around. I like to pedal out my feet. You might like to lift your feet off the mat. You may also want to reach for an ankle or anything else that feels good in your downward dog. The beauty of the downward dog is it instantly stretches your back and shoulders. And then to finish our downward dog, we're going to walk up to our hands into a forward fold. Bring the feet under the hips and drop the hands to the mat this morning. Soft knees here. Let your head hang and just gently nod your head yes and shake your head no. And let's take some more deep inhalations. Another thing you could do in your fold is walk your hands or sway your torso. Some people also like to walk their hands between their legs and pull through. And once you've felt some release in your back, maybe create an intention for your practice. It could be a simple I am statement, it could be something else. Let's go ahead and release that intention for practice. And roll up to stand. Take your time coming up to stand. Mountain pose. Feet are under the hips, crown of the head's lifted, and shoulders are relaxed down your back. Let's open up the palms and take 3 community breaths together. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale and reach up overhead. Exhale and fold forward. Take a halfway lift up. Fold and step back to a high plank position. In our high plank this morning, we're going to drop to the knees for starters and move down into upward facing dog. And I want you to pause in your upward dog. And here on your up dog, lift onto the tops of your feet and just take a little twist to the side, looking behind you. You can lay on the tops of your legs. Just be mindful of what your body needs. And then push back into your child's pose. Two more breaths in child's pose. And then press into your tabletop. We're going to step 1 foot up into the center where our hands are, keeping that back leg extended, but tops of the foot is relaxed on your mat. We're going to reach up here. Let's take 2 more. Beautiful. Come back to your tabletop and switch sides. Make sure your front foot is pushing forward and your front knee is bent. Reach up and breathe. Let's take a final breath. And release, coming back to tabletop. From tabletop, let's shimmy out the hips. Feel free to move through cat and cow. I'm going to actually take thread the needle this morning. Feel free to just start to wake up your body here by taking a posture that feels comfortable in your body. Connecting to the breath, in through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth. Taking your time, we'll meet up back in downward facing dog. From downward dog, jump or step to your hands. Taking a halfway lift up, folding and rising up to stand, reaching overhead. This is going to be our sun salutation. You're going to move through halfway lift and fold, jump or step back. Move through your chaturanga. And this morning, we're just going to flow through that sun salutation. Go at your own pace. You're going to go somewhere between 5 and 10 sun salutations. So here's what I want you to do. Just connect to your breath. Don't worry about how it looks. I want you to feel what you feel in your body. And just move at your own pace. If you need a break, child's pose is a really great place to rest, or anywhere. So here in our sun salutation, we're warming up the body as we begin to flow, circulating our blood through our bodies. Let's go ahead and finish up with 2 more sun salutations. Take a couple breaths in downward dog just to reset, catch your breath. Feel free to take child's pose if that's where you need to go for your rest. Let's go ahead and take one more breath, meeting in downward facing dog. And then step or jump to your hands, chair pose. Let's go ahead and fold forward. Take a halfway lift up. Fold and rise into your chair. Sink back into the hips. Push your thighs together. Look up, open the chest, and let's take hands to heart and twist to one side. Let's open up the arms, opening up that heart center right away in our practice. Breath in, empty. And fold forward to release. Take a halfway lift. Fold and arrive in your chair pose. And we're going to twist to the opposite side. Let's go ahead and open your arms up. Sit the hips back as best as you can. One more breath. And fold, release. Halfway lift. Fold. Let's take the feet about hip width apart. Peace fingers around the big toes. Drop your head and shoulders. Bend your knees. And just sway a little bit here. Go ahead and move into your king chair. Feet are about 2 fist widths or wider than hips apart. Here we are. Hands to heart, twist to one side. And then of course you can open up your arms. Think about dropping the hips low. If you are deep into your yoga practice, you could also try Bird of Paradise here. Or maybe just the bind. Come into a forward fold, release all those postures. Just sway the torso a little bit here, side to side. And then move back into your king chair. Reaching up, sitting the hips back, and twisting off to your opposite side. Bird of Paradise is also available here if that's where you're going. Focus on the breath, not so much your attempt or your arrival. Focus on your breath. Notice how your body feels. And release your bird or wherever you're at. Again, coming into a fold and clasping your hands together behind your back. Gently pulling on the shoulders, shaking out the head and neck. Nice. Step back into a high plank position and come into right side plank or left side plank, whichever side comes first. So opening up that heart center again. Feel free to take the top arm around the back. Let's take a deep breath. Coming back to center, move through your chaturanga. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Again, coming into our high plank. Take a breath, move into your opposite side plank. Moving through your chaturanga. And resting in child's pose. Knees go wide in your child's pose. Catch your breath. Just notice how you're feeling here. And when you're ready, lift your hips, roll your toes, downward facing dog. Rolling out to a high plank position, take side plank. And again, if you need a modification, you can always drop down to a knee. You can relax that top arm, whatever it is you need in your practice. And we're going to take 3 more breaths here, side plank. Moving through your chaturanga, leading up and downward facing dog. Take another breath in the downward dog. And roll out, high plank. Side plank. We're going to be here for 3 to 4 breaths. Gather that breath. Stay with it. Take 1 more and move through your chaturanga. Nice. Let's take 2 reset breaths in downward dog. Feel free to move around here. And then inhale your right toes to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip. Feel free to flip your dog. We've already done a lot of core warm up, so you might be ready to flip over. You might even want to take wheel here. Tune in. And then make your way back over, downward facing dog. Opposite side, lift the left toes, open the hip. Feel free to flip dog here. And make your way back, downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and roll out to a high plank and come all the way down onto the belly, setting up for locust pose. Hands reach back, right? Lifting up into locust pose. Steady your gaze just in front of your face. Lifting up, squeezing your glutes. Come on, give me 4 more breaths in locust. Let's come all the way down to the mat. Shake out your feet here. Gonna go up again for locust pose. Let's zip up the legs, reach back with the hands, lift the chest. Lift your calves and shins off the floor. Breathe. Two more. And let it go. Nice work. Shake out your feet. Windshield wiper your legs. Do what you need to do. We're going to move into floor bow. Grab your ankles and lift up. Let's take 2 more breaths. Going all the way down. Release your floor bow. Shake your feet out side to side. We're going to go up for 1 more floor bow. 4 to 5 breaths. When you arrive, nice work. Couple more. Push your feet into your hands. Push your ankles into your hands. And release. Shake it out. Feet can go out side to side. Oh, yeah. Nice work. We're going to also, while we're here, take some superheroes. So make sure you have lots of space in front of you on your mat. Reach overhead. Lift your arms and lift your legs for 4 breaths. Here we go. Superhero. You got this. Come on. And release. Woo. Nicely done. Shake out those legs. We're going to do 1 more superhero. Zip up your legs. Point your toes. And lift up. Reaching forward. Again, your neck can be in neutral, so if you want to just look in front, that's fine too. Let's go ahead and take 3 more breaths. And come all the way down to the mat. Shake out those feet. Nice work. And then however you get there, make your way onto your back. This morning, I'm just going to roll. Go ahead and come onto your back and set up for bridge pose. If you've got your block, grab your block. Block, book, foam roller, whatever you've got, it's going to go between your legs. Just make sure it's not causing any unnecessary pain at the knees. Walk your heels in. Lift your hips up. Bridge pose. And let's breathe here as we lift up. Squeeze the block. Nice work. 2 more breaths. And all the way down. Grab your block and just take your knees side to side. So that was one of our power bridges. We're going to move into a more relaxed bridge. So just make sure the object that you're using, if it's not a block, is something that will give a little bit. Go back into your bridge pose and set your block underneath your low back tailbone area so that your hips can relax over it. You could also use a towel for this. Coming into your supported bridge, I want you to take 5 breaths. Think about keeping your feet grounded here. Coming back to your breath, maybe practice your Ujjayi breath here. Nice work. Go ahead and lift up, slide that block away from you, and set your hips back onto the ground. Knees can go side to side. Might feel good to hug your knees to chest, maybe a pelvic tilt or two. We're going to go back up for just a regular bridge, no block this time. Press into your feet, lift up. Really push into the shoulders to lift your hips up, pressing with your shins and tops of your legs. Option to drop the glutes. So you've been clenching your bottom. See if you can actively relax the muscles back there so that the tops of your legs and your shins are working. Let's go ahead and take 4 more breaths. And as you come down to the floor, gently bring the soles of your feet together so that your knees can splay out to the sides. Your hand, the heart, and belly, and just come back to your breath. Maybe taking a moment of gratitude for your body, or maybe for taking time to do this yoga class. Nice work. Let's go ahead and come into crunches. You can keep your feet exactly where they are. Lifting up and lowering down. Tap into your breath. Lifting up, lowering down. We should be nice and warm from our planks and our sun salutations. Go ahead and take about 10 more of these. And when you've completed those, move into bicycles. Legs are at 90 degrees, opposite elbow to knee, bicycles. Let's focus on the breath. Nice work. Go ahead and shake your legs out. And take some deep breaths. Just rest. We're going to land in waterfall here by taking our feet up to the ceiling and sliding the hands underneath the hips. Feel free to also keep your arms out by your sides if that's comfortable. So we're going to press those feet up and take some leg drops. Remember, you are noticing your breath. You are noticing the work. You're not judging, not criticizing harshly. Staying present to the moment, maybe coming back to your intention. Let's go ahead and take 5 more of these. And if this is too much straight leg, feel free to bend the knees. You know your body best. Great job. Come back into your waterfall. Allow your arms to relax by your sides. Press your heels up. Take 4 deep breaths. You know, as much as you want to drop your legs, stay with it. We're still working our core. Go ahead and hug your knees to chest and rock side to side. Nice release. Great stretch in the front of the hips. Let's take a happy baby while we're here. Peace fingers around the big toes, drawing the knees in towards the armpits. It's a great stretch for the back of the legs. Let's go ahead and take a couple more breaths here. And while we're here, go ahead and grab your strap or your towel. I've got a beach towel this morning. Let's go ahead and take one foot up into the air, and we're going to keep that other leg close by. We're going to bend the knee and just drop it down onto the mat. If that's uncomfortable, straighten that leg out. And think about pressing your lengthened leg, pressing that heel up towards the ceiling. You should be getting a really nice stretch on the back of your leg, maybe down even into the hip area. Nice work. Feel free to move around. I'm going to take some circles here and just work on this hip area that I'm feeling some sensation in. So take time to explore in your practice. And unfortunately, this beach towel is not very long, so I'm not going to overdo it and go crazy on it. So do what you can with what you have. Let's come into the breath. Stay present here. Nice. Might feel good to open up to the side on that hip. Might also feel good to take your knee or your leg across your body. And just being open to what your body needs. We store lots of things, stories, memories in our hips. This is a great way to help release emotions, release tension. Just being mindful of that space we're creating. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Take some more breaths while we're here. Let's stretch out onto the mat. Just set your towel or strap aside. Relax your arms and your legs. Take some deep, easy breaths. Go ahead and roll to your side and make your way back into downward facing dog. Notice how this downward dog feels. Take a big breath and let it go. Step into your warrior one. Move into humble warrior. Hands reach back behind and chest comes down. And then gently slide into side angle. And you're going to need to reposition your back foot, maybe your front foot too. Side angle. And let's open up that heart, taking that top arm around the back, binding up here. And let's breathe for 5. Nice work. Release and move through your chaturanga. Opposite side, warrior one. Humble warrior. Side angle. Binding if you choose. And release. Move through chaturanga. We'll meet in downward dog. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. One more time. Breath in. Empty out. Step into your warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Find triangle pose. Front leg straightens. You can use a block here on the inside of your ankle if you need support. Think about keeping this front leg as straight as you can. I mean, obviously a bent knee is fine too, but we really want to push into this hip. Take your hand to your hip and gently open up from the hip. Come back into your warrior two. Nice. Reverse. Reach back. Pause. Inhale. Exhale. Cartwheel the hands. Chaturanga. Opposite side. Warrior two. Triangle pose. Again, let's open up from the hip and heart center. Breath in, breath out. Come back to your warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Pause as you reach back. And release, moving through Chaturanga Dandasana. Child's pose. Reset. Allow your hips to just settle down towards your heels. Ujjayi breath, in through the nose and out through the nose. Let's go ahead and take a final breath. Come into your tabletop position and take opposite arm and leg off the mat. So reach. Tap into your breath. Relax your face. Maybe close your eyes. Notice how challenging it can be. Let's go ahead and come down to the mat, opposite side. Lifting up, let's hold for 5 breaths. Nice work. Come all the way down to the mat. Child's pose. Nice work. Go ahead and come up to seated. Grab your strap and take your strap around your feet in butterfly. So pull the feet in, sit up nice and tall. Feel free to close your eyes and pull with the straps or the towel so that your chest can come forward. And you could also fold forward if that's comfortable. Relax the shoulders, let the crown of the head lift ever so slightly. And just let your knees relax. If you're straining to hold your feet, actively relax your legs, actively relax your arms. Keep that grip on the towel or the strap. I'm going to be here for about 5 more breaths. Nice work. Let's stretch out the legs. Coming into staff pose. You want to make sure your sits bones are able to make contact with the ground. Reach up, fold forward. Awesome work. We're going to come onto our back for pigeon pose this morning. Get yourself situated in your pigeon pose. One thing I do want to suggest is using your strap or towel around your foot. I know that's something we don't do very often, so feel free to try that out. And come into the breath. Let's go ahead and switch. Go ahead and release your pigeon pose. Set that strap off to the side. Take a moment to lengthen out on your mat. Arms reach overhead. And just breathe. Begin to settle into stillness. Allow your arms and legs to relax wherever they are. Practicing corpse pose. Ujjayi breath. Settle into the stillness. Embrace. Allow your mind to clear and thoughts to drift. Noticing what emotions and feelings rise to the surface. Take notice of the thought that is in your mind right now. And consider if it is helpful to you on your journey. And if it is not, let it go. Start to wiggle fingers and toes. Bring your movement back into the body. Lengthening the breath. And roll to your side. Infant's pose. And take a moment of gratitude. Allow your forehead to press down onto the mat and your palms to come together in prayer. Infant's pose, a place of new beginnings, fresh starts. Press yourself up to seated when you're ready. And just come into an easy seated position. Feel free to close your eyes as I finish with our final meditation and reading. Let's go ahead and take some deep breaths. Allow the spine to grow long, crown of the head to lift, legs and arms to relax. Today's reading is called Transcend Your Judgments. Not judging people is a really practical issue, a friend explained. Everybody does something they could be judged for. If we start judging, we'll spend all our time doing that. How true, right? My friend was right, but not judging is more than a practical matter. It is a spiritual issue as well. I used to spend a lot of time judging other people. I used to think the world was divided into right and wrong. I thought judging others would help me stay clear on the difference. I thought judging was my job. Now I've learned something new about judgments and about myself. Judging others is what I do when I feel afraid, insecure, and limited. Judging others is something I do when I am afraid to love, when I can't accept love because I can't accept myself. And most important, I've learned that judging others is not my job. When I judge others, I judge myself. Yes, there are issues we need to work on. Many of us have quirks we may live with most or all of our lives. But judging doesn't help. Judgments limit us. Judgments condemn. They say, my past is not as it should be. I'm wrong. My life is wrong. Judgments put us in prison no matter where we are. Judgments come from the head. Freedom and love come from the heart. Transcending judgments will set you free. Learn to look at yourself in love. Who you are, where you've been. Learn to look at others with love too. When we accept others with freedom and love, we accept ourselves. Judgments put up barriers. Transcend your judgments and you'll be free. How many times do we sit and judge ourselves as harshly as we judge others? I hope that this practice has helped you today to learn not to judge yourself when you need to take moments of stillness or rest. Let's go ahead and reach our hands up overhead, taking a breath in and drawing the hands down to heart center. We'll finish with 3 collective ohms. Breath in. Place your thumb knuckles at your forehead center for right thought, and at your lips for loving, unifying speech, into your heart center for non-judgment, love, and peace. Thank you for sharing your practice with me this morning. And on behalf of the York County YMCA, I'm pleased to bring you some power yoga. Again, my name is Evie. Have an awesome day. Namaste. Join me next week, Wednesday, same time, 7 a.m. for another power flow. Take care.